Joe Shires was an ordinary soldier, one of far too many who fought and died in the First World War. But the letter sent by this young man back home to Victoria to a woman twice his age gave us a glimpse of wartime that is anything but ordinary. Stacey Ross now with This Week in History.
Joe Shires' story is not extraordinary. He was one of hundreds of young men who trained with the 2nd Regiment Canadian Mounted Rifles at Willows Camp, then left for England and the Western Front.
We are just nearing Rimouski and the last chance to forward mail, and we are all expecting to be seasick about this time tomorrow.
But his vivid, descriptive letters offer a rare glimpse into the heart of World War I.
When he's in France, he talks about how beautiful the landscape, the scenery is.
Shires was a rugby player, part of the James Bay Athletic Association, a graduate of the Collegiate School for Boys on Rockland, where he joined the school's cadet corps. After a time spent in Chase as a surveyor's assistant, he worked as a junior clerk at the Provincial Library and Archives, and that's where he met Alma Russell.
He was a bit lovesick, and he actually used that word.
Miss Russell, the first professional librarian in BC, corresponded with other soldiers from Victoria, but Shires seemed special, even though he was engaged to someone else.
He obviously had a crush on her, despite the difference in ages. She was about twice as old as he was.
To his dear Miss Russell, he sent 2 postcards and 5 letters that have survived. Would be back in a minute if this work was over, but to tell the truth, there will be very few of us to see old Victoria again.
Realizing that many of them would not be coming back, which is an interesting observation for a 21-year-old to make, even before he's gone into battle.
It is a war of nerves. I've seen the strongest and biggest chaps go down just with their nerves giving way.
And this is the field service postcard, the last item that's in this file, and he signs it and has crossed out everything other than "I am quite well." And this was dated July 2nd.
On September 30th, 1916, in one of the battles of the Somme, Joe Shires was shot in the legs and jaw. His right arm was severed. He died the next day. His story may be all too common, but his words are remarkable, preserved forever in the BC archives as part of our history.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia stories together.